Okay, hi everybody. My name is Bill, and this will be a cold start video of my M3 that I'm going to put up for sale on Bring a Trailer. A little bit of background. I am a BMW fan, as you can see. I bought the car new back in 2004, paid in cash. It was my dream car. I plan on keeping it forever. But as circumstances be, I find myself having to sell it so that I can buy a pickup truck for my new business that I started. And so it's going to be for sale, even though I was never planning on selling it. Now, I have sold one other vehicle before and Bring a Trailer. It's this motorcycle back here. It has been sold already back in September. The winner of the auction has not had the time to pick it up yet. He actually pays me $100 a month rent just to store it right here. He's going to pick it up soon as he can get out here after this whole coronavirus thing is over. My other new motorcycle here is an R9T BMW, and this here is my father's 1958 BMW R50 that I restored. You can see a video on that went viral a few years back, actually 10 years ago. If you just Google a BMW motorcycle story, you can see a nice bit of history and video on this bike. Anyway, back to the M3. As you can see, it is in mint shape. It really looks pretty much brand new. Looks the way I bought it. There are very little flaws on this car. The body is perfect everywhere. There is only one little thing here. This particular wheel on the front once had the lip bent out when I had a big pothole. I didn't want to sell it like that, even though I drove it for about 10 years with this lip bent on the rim. So I recently had it repaired, and turns out you cannot get the coating anymore for the two-step paint that on these wheels. It's this titanium look on the 18-inch rims. So the place that did the work, they just touched it up temporarily. So this particular wheel would have to be refinished, and possibly you might want to do all at least two wheels or all four wheels again, because since they can no longer get this color anymore, you would want to use a newer, similar color, and it won't match the back wheel. Or you can find yourself a new rim somehow, maybe, or I mean a used rim. Anyway, let's go start this car up. I have not started this car in a couple of weeks. It's very cold. Let's hope the battery's fine. I'm sure it is. Yep. Okay. Miles are 45,553. 45,000. Okay. Just show you the engine for a second while it's running. The car is pretty much stock everywhere. A couple little modifications over the years, but all done in a way to keep it looking as stock as possible. There is a short shifter in here, probably the best one made. It's kind of handmade by this guy who just does them one at a time. really made a nice improvement to the car. I put the weighted knob on it and the Clontaro thing, boot cover, just to make it look a little nicer, but that could always be replaced. I still have the original one if you want to put the original one back on. There is a an iPod, iPhone charger here you can plug in, and just to use Waze or whatever for your iPhone. Also the music, of course, goes through the stereo that way, since I do not have Bluetooth or anything like that in this car. There's an upgraded stereo, all the speakers, but they're all looking stock. And a subwoofer in the back. Bavarian Soundworks speakers and the subwoofer here. It really makes a nice little, great sound, especially with the seats down. You know, there's a lot of sound deadening with the seats up, so I do have a pass-through that I added here. Even when the seats are up, if you just fold this down, you can see there's a screen there. Let me close the trunk. There, it just looks like a speaker, sort of. It's just an AR passageway with a speaker grill. I have the original ski pass-through that you can always put back in if you didn't want this hole. There you go. As you can see, the interior is in good shape. Seats are, mildly worn, but in pretty good shape for a 16-year-old car. Alright, I don't know what else I'm supposed to show you right now. I'm sure people will ask for other videos. Oh yeah, I will do some photos of underneath the car as well, so you can see the subframe reinforcement I had installed in the rear.